So, continuing our adventures on board the Starlancer Tac, the Pico-Com Sable Sloth, we were making our first expedition over to Pyro. What would we find and do on the other side? Well, that would be up to the ship's captain, Cyrus Kazan. But having been away from the game for a while, I was very excited to see some new locations over in Pyro. Before that though, we'd have to make the crossing through the jump gate. And again, this was a ship that I had never seen go through the wormhole. And Cyrus was also flying with some new sticks this day.
See how this will go, because this will be the first time I'm doing a jump point with these sticks.
It was time to open the wormhole. And soon enough, we were on our way to Pyro. We made it to Pyro. Flying through the orange clouds on the far side, our first stop would be the station at the jump gate, where we'd be collecting more crew.
Nope, we got jump servers.
I didn't know it yet, but we'd be heading to another new kind of facility here in Pyro called a Lazarus site, or something like that. It was mostly to be ground-based, so the extra folks coming on board were to be our troops on the ground. Cyrus was taking the mission as I prepped to jump in a turret.
I have the mission that we will be doing when everyone's on server. I'll share it.
Another Lazarus?
Yeah.
For this initial expedition to Pyro, I'd be acting as a support gunner for the ground troops. I thought it might be fun in this role and give real help to our guys on the ground, as well as being a chance to gauge the efficacy of these turrets in a real situation. I'm generally not a fan of the extremely limited arcs a lot of turrets get in this game, so how much would that affect the ability to cover ground troops with this ship? We'd be making the jump to Pyro 1. And on the way, I'd ask for some details on the mission that we were embarking on.
Oh, sorry.
By the way, what is this mission we're going to? I have no idea what we're doing.
We're just dropping to a ground location. There's very heavy enemy ground resistance, but no air resistance.
You got some lower gunners, so...
And it is open air, so...
Soon we were arriving at the blue haze of Pyro 1. And as we began our descent to the planet below, Cyrus would start to coordinate the teams on board.
Alright, is anyone going on the ground geared for ground combat?
Yep.
I believe all
Brave, all clear.
Alright.
Lock and loaded.
Just remember for landing side turrets to poke your guns up as we land so you don't
Good
push
idea.
the ship up.
Just like Aberdeen, the cloud layer was very dark here, and I'd see a weather effect that I'd not seen before. Damn, we got some rain.
Turbulence.
It's very dark. Cannot see a goddamn thing. Pitch black, pitch black.
Yeah, very thick clouds.
As the facility came into view, we'd start laying down some fire. I couldn't make out any targets from up here, but we'd start putting out fire all the same.
Did he add a ramp?
Alright, ground team current deployment.
Copy, ground team ready.
If you want to land, please raise the
Raising.
forward guns.
Raise. Yes. Ground team, move.
Go.
Disembark, disembark.
Last one off, go.
At the moment of landing, the turret seemed to be ideally placed for heavy suppression. From the air though, things would feel far more limited. We didn't need to lay down much fire here as the teams moved out, so I was testing to get a feel of the arc of my turret, and it did feel far more limited in a real situation than it had during our initial test.
Holy, that was a big move.
Yep, keep pushing.
Cyrus was calling out targets. For now though, the other side turret was best suited to engage them.
Gonna be targets below and to the left.
Chairs down,
Chairs
chairs down.
Pushing to the building.
Building's clear.
No, not here, not here,
No,
Cyrus.
no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
This is where this is where the shuttle comes up.
On my side, I was really not hitting anything here.
Whatever the hell it is.
But as the enemy count dwindled, the markers would appear, and I was ideally placed to hit at least some of them, if we could get the turret lined up, that is.
Should be targets down to starboard.
Yeah, you have to swing around a lot more.
Dude's underneath the tree.
Yeah, you guys want it? Can you guys hit the one about 40 meters from my position?
There's no, I don't have the forward angle, it just, the arc is too limited.
There we go.
The gap between the ship's forward direction and my turret's furthest forward arc was enormous, it felt like. If Cyrus turned even a little to get a look, I would lose the target.
Want him?
Morgul spawn quite a bit.
The ground team would do some looting as we sat in Overwatch. I was told that we should expect another wave of enemy after the mission had been completed, so I was still observing the base below.
There's a heavy suit over here, by the
Longwood, if
way.
you want to come help me out with this one. Is it RSI? Or just
I
normal?
think that's
The regular one.
Yes.
I don't see any more hostiles.
Yeah, I was gonna say nothing else spawned. Let's
Well, we don't have a mission anymore.
move to disembark.
Soon enough, they were ready to mount up on board again. The arc on the turret is so limited. I think he was trying to get me on target. It was really limited, like what I could actually aim at.
Like they need to be pretty either far out to the side or below.
You did good maneuvering the ship around to kind of get an angle. That was good.
Next run, you should join the ground team.
Maybe sitting on my butt in a turret that suits me now. There is a lot more to these Lazarus sites, I am told. A special mission involving puzzle solving and giant worms. And one day soon, I'm sure we'll return for a full look. Cyrus was certain that doing so here would put the ship under a lot of risk though, as we'd need to leave it behind. So we'd be leaving for now. We'd take on a few smaller jobs while out here, raiding asteroid bases, and again, for today at least, I was staying on board the ship. There is a kind of cozy feeling you get being safely back on the ship while the team is out there doing their thing, and I wouldn't make a habit of it, but for today at least, it was fitting.
The Pulse is a well-known capital ship.
Might be one of the few ships that could actually survive a decent amount of time against the turret, just being small enough and fast enough to hit.
Of course, there would be some combat for us too, as enemy ships patrolled the area.
The answer is a miss.
Gunners only see signatures even after the ship
Is
pilot.
that giving you an angle?
There
Like any
goes,
other
there
side.
goes. One of the ship went.
Coming up on the right, left side.
I've been hitting a pretty good amount of my shots, and it is just not dying. There we go.
There goes.
There it goes.
That took some time, damn.
What kind of ship are you hitting?
Prospector.
There's a prospect.
Oh, they're quite tanky.
But soon we were heading back to the jump point to return to Stanton. A short but fun little dip of the toe into Pyro for the Sable Sloth.
That Pico was the one I liberated from Lazarus stations.
Yeah.
Just moving it to the back of the ship, then I dropped it.
Alright, we've arrived at Stanton Gateway Station.
Alright, moving to the airlock.
Gonna be all with
Jumping up.
for ball.
Coming.
This is a good view to be at right now.
We made it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
It's the,
Oh, we got 3 Picos. They're breeding.
Kill family.
Cyrus was bringing the ship back to his home base on Area 18. Unlike many of us in the Commonwealth of Pico, Cyrus prefers the hustle and bustle of ArcCorp to the quiet peace of Microtech. And during the downtime, Cyrus would rearrange the cargo bay to make getting in and out of the Ursa easier. Is it just me, or did you reverse the sides of the bay?
Yeah, I switched it so that way it's easier to get in and out of the Ursa.
Yeah. It's good. The sheer amount of internal space on this ship allows you to bring so much along that it actually kind of is the perfect ship for this kind of gameplay. And where on the Corsair I championed the idea of individual crew rooms on board, the shared dorm was growing on me. I will say this about the crew dorms. Before I was like, oh, it's cool to have your own little room on the ship.
Yeah.
I feel like when it's someone else's ship, when you're just a crew member on the ship, it's kind of fun actually having a bunk in the dorm. This ship is really well designed in that, like, to access the lockers, you've got to be in that room, which means that if you're like sat on a bunk in that room and you've got crew members coming in, it gives that impression of a lived space. We were at the station preparing for our next adventure, a return to the Hathor sites on Daymar, but a dead mouse had found something very unusual at the station.
Need to do a shop.
What is this giant ball you've got?
It's a placeholder. I put one in my inventory. We'll see.
So I can't pick it up, by the way. I can't like interact with it, but
Oh,
it's so weird.
It doesn't have a carry. Oh no, this one doesn't have carry. Oh, it must have got glitched in the station.
I'm also glad that neither
This
of
one I
us
can pick up. This one I can grab.
Oh, cool.
Of course, something like this invites shenanigans. You can't kick it around like a football, but you can throw it.
But the fall off
Oh,
ranges
cool.
are.
That works.
Hey, NPC, catch. Swim right through
Oh
him.
man, did you see him jump?
Swim right through him. Returning to the ship, we were again bringing some extra people on board, and for those without uniforms, well, we had them covered with supplies. Follow me, Katana. Here you go. This box here, this end box here should have 25 uniforms in it. So you can like put it in your backpack and take it to your locker. In the crew space, I noticed a dead mouse had brought that giant ball on board the ship. Home sweet home, once again. Back into the bunk room. It's quite a nice bunker. It's grown on me, right? Like when I first saw this little bunk room, I was like, oh. But like, once you've picked your bunk and you've got a locker, it does feel like home. It does.
Yeah.
I was heading back to the co-pilot seat, and now I had a green Pico on the dash with a party hat. Their Picos were getting very comfortable on board. Yeah, I've got plenty of company over here. A little Pico party going on.
See, I left your heresy in your locker because I didn't feel like raiding it.
What do you mean my heresy? I thought it was planted.
We were all set for departure, but first we had to make the journey back over to Crusader.
Just bring the rhythm.
You know you're gonna get like impounded, right?
Destroyed it out. Oh, no, that was outside the thing. Outside the ship.
That's saying that they've given the release date of next year.
Heresy.
Oh,
No, they didn't officially.
I think
Once or
we'll
twice.
I think we'll hit this year.
We're going to be seeing what actually happened on Daymar in the next episode, but something a bit unusual happened when we were on approach to Seraphim Station in orbit.
There's a lot of boxes that we've just collided with. There's just a bunch of boxes.
We didn't think much of this minor collision with a bunch of cargo boxes floating in space and proceeded to land in the hangar.
By the
don't
way,
do
Vlad
anything
is loading up on Heresy.
Wait, no, he's on the honor system. We know he's not going to bring any heresy on board, don't we? I was planning to be on the ground when we got to Daymar, so a turret on the lower floor was closer to the Ursa.
Everybody push from the opposite side. So wait, are y'all talking?
But just as I was getting settled down here, Vlaz and Katana would make a discovery on board the ship that definitely warranted some investigation.
How are there?
How it
What
worked,
the
I
fuck is
don't
going
know.
on?
Yeah, I don't either.
How did this get in here, Cyrus?
Oh, probably when we bump the boxes, it's in here now. We have
Was one of the boxes in here?
we have an
Go
8
check.
SCU box of silicon. Now,
Can we
Go
get it
check,
out?
Go check the,
No.
the quarters
Oh,
as
great.
well. The
Awesome.
Quarters. There's a box on a bed in there.
Is it-
Wait, what?
There's an ace, one ace
It's like
one
stuck
eight
stuff
SCU
too.
and one SCU.
Apparently there was a box on a bed. I had to go and look. I need to come see this.
Yeah, there's just. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah.
Is it in the engine?
Good luck whoever's bunking.
Well, luckily that's not mine. I'm out of here.
I saw that. I was like,
Damn.
okay, somebody must back up
Damn.
to engineering.
Well, hopefully it'll move when the ship is stored or something. It's damn.
No,
Okay, check
you
it out.
just stored it.
This one is like jammed in the bunk.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want
I
to risk
have-
it because it
I
might
call
blow
a character.
the ship up or something.
I have an idea. I have an idea for getting the boxes that are stuck out of the ship, and
Okay.
that's selling it and auto unloading it. Maybe that'll work.
Maybe.
That doesn't,
mean-
I thought that doesn't work until.
Baz, what is your shampoo fascination? You just dropped a bottle of shampoo in the hallway.
Oh, I was gonna use it as a fuse.
Hyper.
Hey, where is it?
What?
I gotta find a fuse box real quick.
Oh shit.
So for now at least, we'd be leaving these stowaway boxes where they were. Maybe we'd get rid of them a little later on. We were still headed for Daymar though, where they planned to keep the ship safe and maybe actually get through the mission there this time. How would we get on? Join us next time to find out. As always, I want to thank all of you at home for watching and all of our very generous patrons that you can see on screen right now. These very generous people keep the channel going with their support, and I just want to thank each and every one of them for choosing to support the channel. Thank you all so much. We'll be back with more from Star Citizen very soon.